This video is going to look at one of the more popular of the functions that we offer in Adaptable, our AG grid extension, and that is self-flashing. And like many of the functionalities that Adaptable provides, it's very easy to get a lot of value incredibly quickly, and we'll show you that in this video. And there's always a lot of extra complexity for advanced users who want to configure things for particular requirements. So as said, flashing cells are essentially very simple, and this is our documentation here, and you can see there's 5 essential components: which columns flash, why they flash, how long they flash, and whether you want the whole row or just a column to flash. So we'll look at all of those now. This example here is probably the kind of most basic of all examples, where essentially we have some mock ticking data, and we've said that all numeric columns will flash when there is any change to them, and we're using the defaults of green for up, red for down, and if there was a neutral kind of non-numeric change, that would be grey, and it's for half a second. Oh, let's change, say, a couple of those now. So for instance, if I was to edit this and I was to change the style, so we will say the up style will be green and white, and we will change the down style to be red and white, and let's also maybe change the duration to be a second. Then you'll see the grid still flashes, but now it's flashing for a second, and we've added a white font. So that's the most basic, where any change will trigger a flash. But obviously you can change all of those things. So the first thing you can change is the scope. So you can say, instead of having, as in this case we said all numeric columns, you can have just certain columns that you want to flash. So you can choose which or all columns will flash when they change. But more importantly, you can provide a rule. So in this example here, we've said that we want these columns to flash, but only when the language is JavaScript. So only in that case should they flash. And you can see here, therefore, only rows where the language is JavaScript are flashing, and we can prove it. So if we change this 205 to 2050, that will flash. But if we change this TypeScript from 24 to 240, that doesn't flash, because it's the rule. And you can make that rule as complicated as you want, and you can have as many clauses. So you can choose exactly what triggers a flash. The default is any change, but you can make only change certain changes if it's by a certain percent or a certain amount or whatever else you have in that row. As we've seen, there are defaults. These are the defaults, but again, you can change them. So in this demo here, we've changed the styles to have different colors, different durations, and in fact even different colors depending on what the row is. So you've got, as I say, total control. And the very last thing we're going to look at is flashing rows. Typically you will want cells to flash, and flashing cells is really more for when you just kind of want to know stuff's changing. But sometimes you might be interested in more irregular but important changes. Now you can make those flashing cells, and the cell will flash for as long as you want, but often what people then do is they use this flashing rows. And essentially what you can do here is, again, you can do a duration of just half a second, but in this example here, we've said that the GitHub stars is going to tick every couple of seconds, and we've set the whole row to flash and to remain coloured indefinitely. So you can see here, as things are flashing, as they're changing, the whole row is updating. Red if it's down, green when it's up, and that means that you can see exactly what's changed. And because it's an indefinite flash, we also provide a mouse click to enable you to clear a flashing row. So you can clear each individual flashing row, or indeed you can clear all flashing rows using the API. There's a lot more to flashing cells and flashing rows in Adaptable, but that's the kind of the key concepts, where essentially you as the developer or the end user through the wizard have the ability to decide exactly what flashes, why it flashes, when it flashes, what the flash looks like, how long it flashes for, and whether it's just some columns or entire rows. As always, if you'd like to learn more, please get in touch with us and we'll give you a personalized demo. Or if you would like to try out flashing cells or other features in Adaptable for yourself, we'd be delighted to provide you with your own no obligation free trial license. Thank you for watching and we look forward to hearing from you.